Awesome. Great. Okay, let's start. Hi, my name is Lera and I'm a person who stutters. Today I would like to tell you a little bit about myself and about my stuttering. I'm 17 years old. I was born in Ukraine. I moved to Cary in 2011 when my mom and dad adopted me and my older brother. I also have 3 little brothers. They are here today. Our house is really noisy and loud. When I moved here, I didn't know any English, so it was really interesting and scary. Now I have been in America for almost 4 years, and things are much easier. When I was in Ukraine, I lived in an orphanage from about 5 years old till 6th grade. When I was 5 years old is the earliest time that I remember having trouble with stuttering. Stuttering really slowed down my ability to communicate. I couldn't say a word without stuttering. I also had a speech therapist in Ukraine. She helped me a little bit, but not so much. Stuttering was a really big problem for me the whole time I lived in Ukraine. About 6 months after I came to America, I started speech therapy that has made a really big difference in my life. I have been very lucky to work with 2 of the wonderful speech therapists, Katie Shepard and Rita Thurman. Only one of them is here. With their help, I kind of learned to study my own stuttering and understand it a lot better. One thing that was helpful was taking time to really talk about how stuttering makes me feel. Well, sometimes it's not a big deal, but sometimes stuttering feels miserable. It is really frustrating to have an idea in my head and not be able to just say it. Sometimes I would just say, think. You know what, forget it. This is too much trouble, and I don't say whatever it is I was saying. Sometimes stuttering feels embarrassing. Sometimes it feels like I'm some kind of freak. Sometimes it makes me angry, like I want to punch somebody. Sometimes it feels so unfair that I'm a person who stutters. You know what's funny? After we talked about all of those feelings, it just got easier and easier to deal with them. Sometimes it just helped to just say it aloud. I started attending a support group in Raleigh for teenagers who stutter. We meet once a month to hang out and talk about how we deal with our stuttering. Last month, I was very lucky to get to visit with a similar group for elementary kids. I'm sure that there is a group like this for adults too. I also love attending friends conference like this to be around other people who stutter. Years ago, I used to never talk at school. I was so afraid that people would hear my stutter, and I was actually hiding my personality from everyone. One really important thing I have learned is that you don't have to wait until you stop stuttering to enjoy communicating. For example, I'm still working on my fluency, and while I'm working on my fluency, I just have to go ahead and talk. For my family, speech therapy is something we all had to learn about. We realized that because our family is so big and so loud, it was really hard for me to have a chance to talk. We had to work at learning to practice effective listening and make sure that we are taking turns talking. Being quiet and listening was harder for my dad, but he's still working on it. He's the one who's taking video of me. One interesting thing was that my little brother, who doesn't stutter, had the same problem I had, not be able to talk at the dinner table. Because he is not as aggressive as other people in my family. Now we try to remember to have time each night when we go around table and take turns talking while everyone else listens. It works sometimes. For sure, my speech therapy has taught us all a lot more about being effective communicators. These days, I don't think about stuttering as much as I used to. Do I still stutter sometimes? Yes. Do people sometimes make laugh at me? Yes. Does it still feel embarrassing? Yes. But these days, it doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to. And these days, when someone laughs at me, I'll just say, yep, I stutter, and then I move on to another subject. It's just usually not a big deal anymore. One really cool thing is that last semester, I took public speaking class in my high school. Years ago, I would think that it would not be possible for me at all. But I tried my best. And guess what? I got an A. I'm not trying to be braggy. I would like to say thanks so much to Rita for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences with you today. And thanks so much to each of you for listening. Thank you.